Who would have thought that the iconic chemistry between Wednesday Addams and Enid Sinclair in Netflix's Wednesday?
What happens to you?
I break out into hives and then the flesh peels off my bones.
Began with a meeting that was awkward? Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers may now look like lifelong friends, but their real-life friendship started with a few clumsy moments that have since turned into inside jokes and cherished memories. Before we dive into how it all began, it's worth knowing a little about the two stars themselves. Jenna Ortega had already made a name for herself long before she stepped into Wednesday's iconic black dress. With standout roles in Jane the Virgin, You, and the Scream franchise, she had earned a reputation for bringing depth, sharpness, and quiet intensity to her characters. By the time Wednesday came along, Jenna was more than ready to take on one of pop culture's most recognizable personas, a role that would push her career to an entirely new level. Emma Myers, meanwhile, was at a very different point in her career. While she had appeared in smaller projects before, Wednesday was her true breakout moment. As Enid Sinclair, the vibrant and optimistic werewolf roommate to Wednesday, Emma brought a bubbly warmth that perfectly balanced Jenna's dark and deadpan performance. That charm wasn't just acting. It mirrored Emma's real-life personality, making her an instant favorite among fans. Before meeting in person, Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers' very first interaction took place virtually during a chemistry read over Zoom for the Netflix series Wednesday. This was a high-pressure moment for both actresses, as it would determine whether they had the right on-screen spark to bring Wednesday and Enid's unlikely friendship to life. However, midway through the scene, Emma accidentally spoke over Jenna before she had finished her line. The mistake seemed small, but in the tense atmosphere of an audition, it felt monumental. Afterwards, Emma admitted she cried out of embarrassment, convinced she had ruined her chances. Jenna later laughed about the moment, reassuring her co-star with, "Oh my goodness, no! If it makes you feel better, I made a bad choice. I took too long of a pause," turning what Emma saw as a disaster into a light-hearted memory. So when they finally met face-to-face for Season 1 filming in Romania, it wasn't exactly the kind of glamorous first meeting you might expect from two rising Netflix stars. They exchanged a quick, slightly awkward hug before immediately rushing off in opposite directions to get ready for their scenes.
Maybe Jenna, because I was really nervous to meet her. But then the first time I saw her in person, she ran up and gave me a hug, so that really surprised me.
Jenna still laughs about the moment, recalling how she had been saddled with what she calls really terrible braids. The kind that were so tight they practically pulled at her scalp, with stray hairs sticking out at odd angles. "We were still figuring out how to do the braids. They were hefty," she's joked. Emma jumps in with a grin. "Yeah, and I was dressed in something really awkward because I was heading to the gym, probably leggings and a flannel." Without missing a beat, Jenna teases, "That's not awkward." It was the polar opposite of a red carpet-ready introduction, yet somehow, that unpolished honesty set the tone for a friendship that felt real from the very start. The long filming schedule in Romania gave them something the Zoom call never could. Day after day, between long hours on set and quiet moments in their trailers, they began to truly connect. Jenna started sending Emma voice memos every single morning, sometimes singing goofy made-up songs, other times just telling her she was beautiful, talented, and wonderful. It became a little ritual they both looked forward to, a tiny slice of joy before the chaos of filming.
I used to wake up every day in Romania, and before I was even conscious, I would do voice memos and I would sing her a new song every day. talking about how beautiful and wonderful she was and how she was gonna have the best day ever. And I was like, whatever, like, I have never had that desire or urge for anybody else.
Over time, this daily habit turned into something deeper. Jenna openly admitted, "I don't think I've ever been so protective of somebody."
Emma, who plays Enid, I don't think I've ever been so protective of somebody. I think about her all the time. I only ever want to make sure she's okay and good.
And Emma felt it too. On set, they naturally gravitated toward each other, finding comfort in shared jokes whispered between takes, leaning on each other during exhausting shoot days, and quietly offering encouragement when the scenes felt particularly heavy. What began as an awkward introduction slowly transformed into a sister-like bond, one built not just on working together, but on genuinely caring for each other's well-being. That emotional closeness didn't just show up in heavy scenes, it revealed itself in the lighthearted ones too. Emma Myers, a seasoned actor since age 8, still gets nervous sometimes, but with Jenna by her side, things felt different. One day on set, they got into a spontaneous staring contest that lasted over 5 minutes. Emma's contact lens dried out and flew off, causing a bit of chaos, but instead of panicking, she laughed.
We take staring contests really seriously on set. And we once had one that lasted what felt like minutes.
It was so long, my contacts fell out of my eyes.
And then they were getting ready to roll again, and everyone was on the ground like this, trying to figure out where it went.
Jenna's calm energy and those silly grounding moments helped Emma shake off the nerves. Their off-screen bond made every scene feel more alive, more authentic, and emotionally real. Jenna Ortega echoed that same closeness in an interview, saying Emma quickly became like a sister. Their shared work ethic made every scene feel effortless, especially during season 1, when Wednesday was pulled in every direction. Whether they were powering through long shoot days or bonding over those famously uncomfortable cat costumes, Emma's presence made the job smoother, lighter, and more grounded. They even took naps side by side on the 10th floor between takes, a quiet testament to the trust and comfort they built behind the scenes. When Wednesday, Season 1 wrapped and the promo tour kicked off in November 2022, the world finally got to see them not as Wednesday and Enid, but as Jenna and Emma. At the world premiere, they arrived together but kept a certain distance on the carpet. Between camera flashes, there were only a few exchanged words or small glances, with moments of laughter that felt more reserved than expected. Jenna's sharp, understated humor still peeked through occasionally, but Emma responded with quiet smiles rather than constant interaction, giving their dynamic a more subtle presence. After Wednesday Season 1 promotions ended, Jenna and Emma stayed in touch. When work took them to different parts of the world, like Jenna filming Clara and the Sun, and Emma working on Minecraft,
you can create!
They still carved out time for each other. In fact, they managed to meet up in Auckland, New Zealand, for a one-day reunion filled with coffee shop visits, bookstore browsing, and a trip to Jenna's favorite beach. Still, moments like these have rarely been seen by the public. With both of them balancing busy schedules and sharing naturally introverted personalities, they seem to prefer keeping their friendship away from the constant glare of cameras. Instead, they choose to nurture it quietly, cherishing low-key meetups and private conversations over high-profile appearances, making their bond feel all the more genuine. That off-screen closeness didn't go unnoticed. A lot of people have praised Jenna and Emma for their on-screen chemistry, including Wednesday co-showrunner Alfred Goff. He's spoken about how Emma's sense of comedy, drama, and emotional depth makes her the perfect counterbalance to Jenna's Wednesday. Goff compared their dynamic to two great tennis players, constantly pushing each other to be better. Their rhythm, he noted, comes not just from talent but from a real-life friendship that translates effortlessly on screen. That genuine bond is what makes their scenes feel so alive and playful one moment, heartfelt the next, and it's a big reason why the Enid Wednesday duo has become so iconic. As Goff put it in another interview, they're friends in real life, and you can feel their friendship. They continually make each other better. That kind of connection isn't just rare, it's what elevates their performances from good to unforgettable. By the time Season 2 was released, Jenna and Emma's bond felt unmistakable. Their chemistry had matured, both on-screen and off-screen, drawing fans even deeper into their connection. A closeness that would soon shine even brighter in public moments to come. That warmth was especially evident at the Wednesday Season 2 premiere in London, where Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers radiated the kind of effortless chemistry fans have come to adore, not just on screen, but in real life. As they walked the purple carpet at the Natural History Museum, their interactions were warm, playful, and deeply supportive. Between interviews, they exchanged inside jokes, shared subtle glances, and even posed together with a quiet ease that spoke volumes about their bond. At one point, while they were taking photos along with Joy Sunday, Emma looked slightly uncomfortable, and Jenna seemed to notice. Without missing a beat, she gently ran her hand down Emma's back, a quiet gesture of comfort that spoke louder than words. Their friendship felt like an anchor amid the whirlwind of press and flashing cameras. Something Emma herself confirmed in interviews that day, describing Jenna as,
Jenna is amazing. We're definitely very close in real life. She's the best. I just love working with her. She's so easy and so kind and gets it 1,000%.
The celebration didn't stop in London. At the Paris premiere, Jenna carried the spotlight on her own, stunning fans with her presence and confidence. Even without Emma by her side, the strong bond they had built in Season 2 continued to shine through in the way Jenna spoke about the cast and the experience. In New York, however, Jenna and Emma reunited, and the energy was just as magnetic as ever. The two shared playful moments and genuine smiles that stood out amid the buzz of interviews and flashing lights. At one point, while signing autographs and interacting with fans, Jenna gave Emma a light pat on the waist, a subtle, reassuring gesture, to which Emma responded with a gentle pat on her back. The exchange was brief but telling, a quiet display of support that spoke volumes about their bond. Together, they radiated the kind of warmth and authenticity that has made their friendship every bit as beloved as their on-screen partnership. After New York, their press journey continued overseas to South Korea, where Jenna and Emma brought the same playful spark and closeness that had already won over fans, a bond that would shine even brighter in the moments to come. In Seoul, Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers were playful and light-hearted throughout their appearance. Their energy was infectious, making every moment feel effortless and fun. But the highlight came toward the end. As they were about to step off stage, Jenna suddenly dashed forward, then turned back to grab Emma's hand, pulling her along with a playful grin. The quick, spontaneous gesture captured their closeness perfectly, a mix of fun, warmth, and genuine friendship that left fans cheering. Later that evening, the two returned for the main fan event, stepping out in glamorous outfits that immediately drew attention. Jenna stunned in a bold black dress, while Emma shined in a sparkling silver gown, a perfect contrast that made them look like complete opposites yet beautifully complementary. But it wasn't just the fashion that captivated the audience. Standing side by side, They kept stealing glances at each other, breaking into smiles as if sharing an inside joke. At one point, they leaned in close, whispering into each other's ears before laughing softly together, a moment that felt both natural and unguarded. The easy warmth between them, paired with their striking visual contrast, turned the stage into a showcase not just of style but of genuine connection, one that fans quickly captured and shared across social media. After their stop in Seoul, Jenna and Emma's press tour carried them to Sydney, where the excitement from fans was just as electric. This time, the two stepped out in striking monochrome looks, Jenna in a dramatic fur-accented outfit, while Emma wore a sleek modern sheer design. The contrast in their styles made them stand out even more, yet it was their interactions that truly stole the spotlight. They kept stealing glances, whispering to each other with quiet laughter, as if sharing secrets only they could understand. At one point, Jenna suddenly squatted down in front of Emma, and the two exchanged words while smiling, a playful and unexpected moment that sent the crowd into cheers. Their easy closeness, expressed through small but genuine gestures, made the atmosphere feel more intimate, as though fans were witnessing a private friendship unfold on stage. Their chemistry and bond were undeniable, leaving an impression that lingered long after the lights dimmed. Meanwhile, the highlight of the Sydney stop was, of course, the Wednesday Island event, a major showcase that brought Jenna and Emma together in unforgettable style. Fans couldn't stop talking about their bold fashion choices. Jenna stunned in a striped gown with faux fur details that gave her an edgy yet glamorous aura, while Emma contrasted her with a lace-embroidered, floral-accented dress that was equal parts gothic and ethereal. Standing side by side, they looked like perfect foils, embodying the same dark versus light balance that made their on-screen dynamic so iconic. But beyond the clothes, it was the way they interacted, whispering, laughing, and smiling at each other in between the flashing cameras, that made the night feel less like a red carpet spectacle and more like a shared moment between friends who happened to be living something extraordinary. In the end, their appearance at Wednesday Island left fans with yet another reason to celebrate their undeniable chemistry both on and off the screen. Emma once joked, "I feel like you are more similar to Wednesday than I am to Enid." Jenna laughed and agreed, saying that it's actually their differences that make their friendship click. And honestly, that's exactly what makes them so fun to watch. They can be completely themselves around each other, whether that means venting about work, cracking up over nothing, or just sitting together in total silence. They've even talked about teaming up again outside of Wednesday. Jenna once said, "I want to do a movie with you," and Emma immediately replied, "I'd like to do something serious with you, where I can play myself." For fans, that kind of project sounds like an absolute dream come true. One of the most memorable offset hangouts came when Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers joined their Wednesday castmates to see Chapel Roan perform live. Away from the gothic costumes and dark sets of Nevermore Academy, the group looked completely relaxed, laughing, singing along, and blending in with the crowd like any group of close friends enjoying a night out. Fans who spotted them shared clips online, pointing out how natural and easy their bond seemed beyond the cameras. It was a small but heartwarming reminder that their connection wasn't confined to the show. Even in their downtime, Jenna, Emma, and the rest of the cast carried that same energy of friendship and fun. Moments like these are exactly why fans can't stop talking about Jenna and Emma. What makes watching them so special is that it never feels staged or forced, whether they're on the red carpet, chatting with fans, or sharing those little unspoken moments. They always give us something genuine. From a nervous Zoom call to awkward hugs, from morning voice memos to glamorous red carpets, They've built a friendship that's as authentic as it is heartwarming. It's proof that even in the whirlwind of Hollywood, there's still room for real connection, and honestly, if these past events are anything to go by, we can expect even more unforgettable moments from the two of them in the future. But what do you think? What's been your favorite Jenna and Emma moment so far? Drop it in the comments and check this top 10 best wenclair moments to celebrate this amazing friendship together.